So, are you thinking about living on Florida's Treasure Coast?
Then we'd like to take you on a map tour today to show you the area of Fort Pierce.
Yes. So, in this video, we're going to show you different areas, different places, or not just the city of Fort Pierce, but the whole region around Fort Pierce. And so, we just ask you to come along with us as we take you on this.
This map tour. We'd like to show you the main roads and some of the main highlights of what we know of this area.
If this is your first time visiting the channel, we would ask that you like, subscribe, ring that bell so you can get notifications and be the first to know of what's happening here on Florida's Treasure Coast, because we're going to try to put out videos every week, and that way you can get the information that you're looking for.
In a timely fashion.
We get phone calls from people like you
every day. And we love to get them. We love to answer your questions, help people know what is it like to be here, to live here, and how can you make an informed decision about what town or city you'd like to move to.
Yeah, and so whether you're thinking of moving tomorrow or somewhere in the near future, you can shoot us a text, send us an email, give us a phone call, schedule a Zoom call. We're here to help you any way that we can.
Thank you for coming along with us today. We're on our map tour of Fort Pierce. And Fort Pierce is over here on the east coast of Florida. Now, if you notice, Orlando is right up here. It is 2 hours north of Fort Pierce. And Miami Beach, down here on the southeast corner of Florida, is 2 hours south of Fort Pierce. If you look on the map here, you can see that to the east, southeast, is Bahamas. It's only about 50 miles off the coast of Fort Pierce. You can actually go to West Palm Beach and get a cruise ship to take you over to the Bahamas. Of course, you can get one from Miami also. And Port Canaveral, which is a little bit north up here near Titusville. But anyway, that is where we are located.
Yeah, and you have all these other cities in between, like Fort Lauderdale, which is an hour and a half south of Fort Pierce. And then you got Vero Beach north of Fort Pierce, Melbourne, West Palm, which is only an hour away, who has an international airport. So Orlando has an international airport, Miami does. So no matter where you're thinking of traveling to or flying in the world, if you like flying, you can get to mostly anywhere. So now we're going to zoom into Fort Pierce, to the city up here, and show you our proximity of the interstate. And we're going to try to open this up and put some lines on here. We'll open up our painting tool here. So as you can see, here's Interstate 95, whether you're coming down from the north or coming up from the south, you got different exits here. And this exit right here comes into Orange Avenue, and Orange Avenue takes you all the way over here to the downtown marina. And when you get downtown here, we'll open it on up here to the marina so we can show you a few things down here. You can see you got many different things down here: the Sunrise Cafe, the Sunrise Theater.
Right downtown is where they have a farmer's market every Saturday, and also a green market on Wednesday afternoons. So that is very interesting. The marina is right here, and then there's a couple of small museums here. Manatee Center, you can bring your kids and right over here and watch a little video about manatees. Sometimes you can see manatees outside here. There's an A.E. Backus Museum. He was a famous painter, and there's some very interesting paintings in there. And
as you go a little north here, it'll take you on up here. There is a Veterans Memorial Park. Oh, and we had the river walk, which goes right along here. You can get on this river walk right here that goes all the way along the river here. It's a nice wide sidewalk that goes along the river. There's a Veterans Memorial Park right in this area. I don't know why we don't see it here on the map, but it is here. And then Seaway Drive A1A, it'll take you out to the jetty, South Hutchinson, and all that area. Because as you go over here, there's a nice beach right here along the inlet. This is the inlet over here, and then you got some where you can rent some jet skis and boats and stuff like that over here at Causeway Cove Marina. Just a lot of interesting things because, as you can see, this takes you out to the beach and South Hutchinson right here, but you have the jetty park right in this area here, and this is all like a walkway down along the jetty park, and then you have the jetty park, which is a pretty interesting spot.
right. And also right along here, you've got a lot of good restaurants that overlook the water, and so you can relax, watch the boats come and go, and just enjoy the beautiful atmosphere eating outside. And
as we zoom in, you can see some of these. Well, it's not really showing you the restaurant. Yeah, you got the Manatee Island Fort Pierce Grill, Square Grouper Tiki Bar here, but there's plenty of other ones in here. You got On the Edge out here. You got Chuck's Seafood.
12A Buoy.
12A Buoys down this way. You got hotels and plazas. And
then as you come up to the intersection or the where you meet the jetty,
up here, okay.
and then go south, you have a lot of other beaches. And the great thing about them is that they have bathrooms and showers along this way here. Right along this way, lots of beaches, lots of good beaches. Okay, and this makes a great drive if you feel like going for a drive one day. It's really a very interesting drive going down A1A here along the waterfront.
And that'll take you all the way down to Jensen Beach,
It will take you right down to Jensen Beach, and there's lots of good beaches all along there. And then once you get to Jensen Beach, you can connect back over to the mainland. But it's just a very interesting spot.
And so let's see here. We zoom back out a little, see where we're at. Oh, yes. And so as you come back out here, and you can come out from Seaway Drive and go up and loop around right here. Let's get you a better picture of that. Because we were right here. So this is Seaway Drive coming in from the jetty. You can come out Seaway Drive, come back out to US 1 and go up US 1, and then loop around here back on A1A where it picks back up, and this will take you up to North Hutchinson Island and up this way where there's a Navy Museum, Navy SEAL Museum and everything, and Pepper Park's up this way, which is one of our favorite spots to swim and hang out, right up here around the Navy
SEAL Museum.
The Navy SEAL Museum. And we like going up there. We like coming up here to Pepper Park Beach and swimming. It's a really beautiful beach. They have a playground for children, bathhouses,
plenty of parking.
Yeah.
Just a stroll right over to the beach. And there's tennis there, If you like to play tennis, it's a great spot where people like to come out on holidays and rent their big pavilions for their whole family to come and spend the day.
Yeah. And so that's just some of the beaches here. I mean, even coming back, you got places to swim along the river. So let's get back over here to Fort Pierce, where you can come back out. As you can see, Seaway Drive here. And as we said, Orange Avenue right here kind of separates the north area of Fort Pierce, which is all up in this area. And then you got the south area of Fort Pierce. And Fort Pierce encompasses, oh boy, all the way down here to White City, Midway Road. It's a really, really big area. As you can see, Midway Road also comes over and connects to 95. So that's another way into Fort Pierce. And you also have where 95 comes up here between Orange Avenue, which is here, and then Midway Road was down there, but you have Okeechobee Road right here. So there's plenty of exits off of 95 in, but also if you're coming from like the middle of the state down, the Florida Turnpike comes right here, and there's an exit right here to Fort Pierce right off the Turnpike, right close to 95. And in a lot of these areas here, you got some, let's see, you got a Walmart distribution center down here.
And we do have the IRSC.
And then River State
Indian
College.
River State College right here. That's the main campus. There's another campus in Port St. Lucie, a smaller campus, and there's another one in Vero Beach also.
Yes. And here's what I was trying to find just a second ago when I was moving around. Excuse me for that. But it's right here where you can get off 95. Jenkins Road is right here. And you have Ryan's Homes. You have Avalon Crossing, which is Ryan's home. It has an entrance over here, an entranceway from Jenkins Road goes through, but it also has an entranceway on McNeil Road. And so it's all in between here. Brand new homes, housing. They're still building in there. It's not a really, really old community. And you also have on down Jenkins Road here, you have a really big KOA campground down this way too.
It's very new. It's only been in the last couple of years, but it's beautiful. Really up to date, great pool, lots of green space, lots of tree coverage. And then you have Edwards Road that goes from the end of Jenkins Road east, from east to west over to back again to US 1.
Yeah, right along this route here. There's Edwards Road right here. And as you can see, the Indian River State College was here. Avalon Crossing was in this area right in here where we were talking about. And you got Jenkins Road where it comes down here, and your KOAs right here in this area, KOAs right in here. And then you have Edwards Road, which takes you all the way out and over, back up, all the way over here to US 1. And US 1 runs north to south. Of course, most people should know that. But it goes all the way down, a lot of red lights and everything, and this and that, a lot of.
And then you have 25th Street, which goes from north to south.
Yeah, 25th Street right here.
Right about in the middle of Fort Pierce. And so that connects Fort Pierce to Port St. Lucie. And all the way up to US 1.
Yeah.
And then you have Sunrise Boulevard, which goes north to south, also a little bit of an angle.
Mm-hmm. And we have you have Lawnwood Stadium over in this area. I'll zoom back in. You can see it here, Lawnwood Stadium. It's a football stadium and everything that they use.
And the hospital, HCA Florida Lawnwood Hospital.
Yes, right here. HCA Florida Lawnwood Hospital, which is a really good trauma center. They have a trauma center there. They have helipad. You have the Halvert L. Finn Center down here, which is an event venue where they have different events there going on. As you can see on here, you can see that they've had some wrestling events there. They got some other events coming up there where different things. You can actually rent that place and do your own events in there, and it's a really nice area. And we got all kinds of restaurants around here because we are a very diverse community. We got Mexican restaurants, Spanish restaurants,
lots of different restaurants.
Bravo grocery stores, Publix grocery stores.
Moonswiners, a lot of people like barbecue around here. There's different barbecue restaurants. And, if you go north, we can go up to Lakewood Park.
Yeah, we get up into North Fort Pierce. And you go up through North Fort Pierce, you do have a airport.
Right.
A small international airport. You can take flights from here. You can get flights from there, different places. We have Missionary Flights International here, who does a lot of mission work over into the Bahamas, Haiti.
Down into the Caribbean.
Yeah, different places.
We understand that President Obama flew in here into Fort Pierce Airport. And then as you go north here, you come upon Indrio Road.
Yes, which is another throughway.
From east to west.
From east to west, you got US 1 right here, and you got Indrio Road that takes you straight through from east to west, all the way back out to 95 again. And this is Lakewood Park up here.
This is called Lakewood Park in this area. And generally, the homes are a little less expensive than the homes right around Fort Pierce Central. And they do have a shopping center here, a Winn-Dixie and a McDonald's and lots of other little shops right in that area. And north of that would start to be Vero Beach.
Yeah, you get up here to Oslo Road, that's in Vero Beach. But Fort Pierce is a very interesting area. And even when you go south, you also have this area here, which is right in this area. Let me put a line here for you so you can get a picture of what we're talking about. Right in this area, it goes from, it's where Fort Pierce ends and Port St. Lucie starts, and it's kind of like right through here like this somehow. Comes down like this, I believe, and then you kind of go across right here at the bottom of Indian River Estates, and it kind of waves back, kind of follows this line up, I think, and up to Midway Road and then out, something like that. Because Midway Road kind of divides Port St. Lucie and Fort Pierce, but then it kind of drops here because Indian River Estates, which is right here, which is really a nice little community on the edges of Fort Pierce. And we have lived in there, and we got friends that's building in there, building a house, but it's kind of more like it's not right in the city area, but it's a community outside.
It's considered county area. And because it's county, you only pay county taxes. You don't pay city taxes. And that's one of the reasons why people love it. Another reason is because you can park your boat in the yard, you can park your RV in the yard, which you really can't do downtown. And it's still an easy access to everything you need to get to.
Yeah, it's right here. It's right off US 1. and right off of, this is Easy Street that comes across the bottom here. And so on the north side of Easy Street, on this side is Fort Pierce, but on this side is Port St. Lucie. And on Easy Street, you have houses that's on this side of Easy Street. On the north side, that's Fort Pierce, and then on the lower side of Easy Street, it's Port St. Lucie, even though they're on the same street.
And another reason why people like to look in Indian River Estates is because some of the streets are right by that arrow that was there.
Yeah, well, let me just, sorry about that, dear. I just wanted to draw in because you said some of the streets want to do a close-up. So, okay, go ahead.
Some of the streets you can find larger lots, like an acre lot or bigger. And some people really like that. And the homes are set back a little bit. Those would be the streets on the west side of Indian River Estates.
It would be the streets on this side, which is the west side, because it's, as you can see, as you can see, a lot of these houses are off of the street right here.
And the distance between one street and another is larger because the lots are larger.
It's just a nice place to live. It's a nice, quiet community. You can see it. See, as you see on this side of Indian River Estate, you see back as you get going on towards the east side, you can see where the houses are closer and closer together and closer to the street. But when you see the west side here, you can see the houses are more scattered and further back off the street because they have larger lots and they just set back a little ways. Some of them have, they have like where they're enclosed by nice landscaping and everything, but you can see the difference here, how they're tighter here, but on the east side, which is the front side of Indian River Estates, they're a little more scattered, which is the west side. Yeah, they're a little more scattered. So, but it's Fort Pierce, just a pretty interesting place to live. Like we said, it's considered South Florida, even though it looks like it's in the middle of the state somewhat, but it's still considered South Florida, part of South Florida. And like we said, you're pretty central to Orlando, Miami, West Palm Beach, any major airports, major cities.
Down here in White City, over here is a really interesting place called Nelson Farms, which is an outdoor market where you can get all kinds of fresh fruits and vegetables that are, some of them are grown locally, some of them are there's some meat that's brought in from the western side of Fort Pierce where there's farmland. And it's also a great place to find shrubs or flowers. It's just a fun time to go there and check out everything they have.
Yeah, and as we said, one of the good things about Fort Pierce is the properties and housing is not quite expensive as like in Port St. Lucie or West Palm Beach or some of your other areas. And so you can find really good housing. And there is a lot of new development going on in Fort Pierce. We showed you Avalon's Crossings, but there's also another one here. Right off of Peters Road here, you come down Hartman Road and Peters Road, and you have Bent Creek, which is in this area. And we did a video on that in one of our other videos where we talk about Bent Creek when we're doing a drive-through tour and everything. but Bent Creek is all in this area, and they are really adding on to Bent Creek here. You can see Bent Creek all up in here, where there are a lot of really nice sized, larger homes, and they got two sides of Bent Creek. They got a north side and they got a south side. Because on this map, you're not seeing too much of it, although Peters Road comes in here. Peterson Road. You're coming in from Hartman, and you got up here Bent Creek, and they got this little circle here. But off to this side, they're really building here because you got Lennar at Bent Creek.
Building new homes.
Yes, building new homes on both this side and this side of Peterson Road, and all the way back through here. They're just building back in here. It's pretty amazing, and you can get some really, really nice homes. Basically, that's what you have in Fort Pierce. It's a map tour of Fort Pierce. There's plenty easy access getting in from the highway, and the beaches, the area. It's just really a nice area. It's pretty peaceful. No matter what the news might say or whatever. Yes, we have some issues and problems here, but it's the good outweighs the bad.
And one of the things we have really enjoyed about Fort Pierce is you can really get around by bicycle a lot. You can go downtown. We used to live fairly close to downtown. You can ride your bike downtown. You can ride your bike up to Pepper Park if you want to. You can ride your bike all the way out Orange Ave to the west side of Fort Pierce. So it's, I would say in Port St. Lucie, you don't see people riding their bikes so much. But in Fort Pierce, it's a little bit more of a small town feel.
Yeah. And let's not forget also, you have Nelson family farms, like my wife pointed out, down on the south side off of Midway Road there. But you have Al's family farms up here right near Angle Road, yes, and Kings Highway. But you have Al family farm where they have fresh citrus and everything, fresh squeezed juice.
Yes.
And you can sample things there and take a tour and do all kinds of stuff.
They're usually down at the farmers market on Saturdays, and you can sample their fresh squeezed juices. And then as you go up into this area northwest of Al's family farm, you have bigger lots and homes that are set up a little bit wider apart than your average quarter-acre lot. So that's kind of between Fort Pierce Central and Lakewood Park area. There's a Meadowwoods Golf Club and Tennis Club and a community there.
Yeah, right here. And there's 55 plus housing areas out that way too. So anyway, that is our map tour of Fort Pierce, and we hope this helped you out. If there's anything you're interested in or anything we missed,
if you have questions,
leave them in the comments below, and we'll see you here in a second as we wrap up this video. We thank you for watching today, and if this helped you in any way whatsoever, again, we'd like to remind you to like,
share,
subscribe, ring that bell,
ask us any questions you may have.
Yes, and we'll do the best we can to answer them. But we're here for you. We are both Florida state licensed realtors, and we're here to help you any way we can. And until next time, this is Living on
Florida's Treasure Coast.
Thank you for watching. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.